Hey everyone, today's video is for anyone who has a payment account that has more than one source of income. So if you have two races sending funds to the same payment account, if you have a race and a club sending funds to the same payment account, 3 races, a race and a charity, 2 races, a charity and a club, pretty much as long as you just don't have one race going into a payment account, this video is for you. If you do just have one race going into your payment account, you can go. You're free. Like, this does not have to do with you. You are so lucky. You don't have to learn about finances today. What a treat. Anyway, for the rest of us, it's not going to be so bad because we get to play with Monopoly money. So the main reason I'm making this video is to explain why you might see a negative amount being paid to a race when you look at your payment breakdown. So as you probably know, with your payment account, when you get a payment, it'll tell you all the races that are involved in that payment, and it'll say how much money goes to each race. So there might be times when you see a race and it has a negative payment going to it. This video is going to explain why that happens. So for this example, we're going to have 3 races, race A, race B, and race C, and they're all going to be going into the same payment account. Now to make this really easy to follow, we're going to have race A be getting green money, race B will get blue money, and race C will get yellow money. And I'm color coding it because we're going to mix it all up when it gets into the payment account, so now we'll know where they came from. And these cards here, the yellow ones, these are going to be payments that you're making, so things like refunds back to a runner, maybe you're filling the refund reserve, that's what these yellow ones are going to be. So they're things that you're knowingly paying. And then this red one, this is going to be a chargeback. Nobody likes chargebacks. Chargebacks are when the person who purchased something at your race goes to their credit card company and says, I want my charge back. It's actually very accurately named. Chargebacks are when the customer contacts their credit card company and asks them to reverse the charge that they made. So it's pretty much forcing a refund. It's the customer having the credit card company put the money back onto the card, whereas a refund is you having the credit card company put the money back on the card. Refunds are much better for everyone, but chargebacks do happen, so we're gonna incorporate them into the example here. Good use of the word incorporate. Nice job. Big words for me today. We're going to include them. Now, last thing before we get to the example here, on each payment account, we have a holdback. As the name suggests, this is money that we hold back from paying you right at this moment, because just in case there's chargebacks, we take the money from that holdback amount. That way you're not having to put money back into RunSignup. We don't have to ask you to pay us to pay what we paid for the chargeback. We're just paying the chargeback right from your own funds. To learn more about holdbacks, why we have them, how much is held back, bunch of information that can all be found on our blog. Feel free to subscribe to that. And if you want to know how much is being held back for your race, just go to your payment account page and your holdback amount will be listed right there. So I'm going to take all this money here because this now is going to be your payment account. And you've gotten a few checks already. You got a $100 payment, a $200 payment, a $450 payment, $370. That's enough for this example. And then the holdback for this payment account is going to be set at $100. So now we're ready to actually get on with the example. It's March 1st, and you're getting $50 from race B. Somebody signed up, they paid $50, and that was March 1st. In the morning, a little later in the day, race C, somebody signs up, pays $10. So you now have $60 sitting in your payment account. And the reason I'm giving you the date and time of day is because this is how we arrange transactions in the payment account. They're ordered by date and time. So March 2nd, we have one of these. So you're making a payment of $100, maybe you're filling up your refund reserve, maybe you're doing refunds. For some reason, you're doing a transaction that's actually going to show up as a negative $100 in your payment account. So in your report, you're going to see a positive 50, a positive 10, and then a negative 100. And we'll just say that's for doing refunds. So you refunded someone $100, and this was for race C. To make things simple in this video, all the refunds, all the chargebacks, they're all going to be happening with race C. Race A and B won't have any refunds or chargebacks for this video. So anytime you see a card like that, that's going to be a negative charge from race C. So a little later in the day, on March 2nd, we have 2 signups for race C, so they got $20 there. Race A joins the party, give me a 20 bucks. Then we got another one of these. You're gonna put $150 into your refund reserve because for some reason people are asking for refunds for that race. You're a generous person, you're giving them out. Good for you. Nice job. Race A gives you another 20. Race B, you get 2 signups, $50 each. Then 3 signups on race C, $30 there. And then, somebody's doing a chargeback now on race C. You offer refunds. I don't know why they didn't just call you and say, hey, can I have a refund? No, they went to their credit card company behind your back. What is that about? But anyway, you got to pay $15 because of a chargeback they did. Then you get $50 from race B, $20 more from race A. And because of that chargeback that happened earlier, you figure on race C, you're going to say, we do refunds, we allow them. So anyone who wants them, let us know. And because you did that, you put a little more into your refund reserve. So you put $50 more. So that's a negative 50 charge that you're going to see in your payment account. Then you get $20 more from race A, $10 more from race C, and $50 more from race B. And this is over the course of a few days. I forgot to actually give dates as I was putting the rest of the funds in there, but we order them by the way they came in. So now it's time for us at RunSignup to figure out how much are you getting paid this week. Now we want to get you your money as fast as possible. If you want it, you actually can set your own holds on your account. If you'd rather hold all your money till the end of the race, that's an option. But when you do want your money, we want to get it to you as quick as possible. So we try to start with the first transaction that came in. So we want to get you this $50 as soon as we can, which means that we start with your most recent transactions. The top transaction here, which is also $50. That's confusing. I shouldn't have done that. You know what? We'll just switch them. We'll switch them. So we'll pretend this was your most recent transaction. So we're going to have 3 piles here. We're going to have this pile here, which is your payment account. This is the money that's sitting in your payment account. Then we're going to have a pile over here. That's where your payment money is actually going to go. Anything that could possibly go into payment, that's going to go here. And then we're going to put the holdback funds right there. Okay, so we're getting to a holdback of $100. We have 10. That's going to go here. We need 90 more. 50. That makes 60. I should spin that so you can see it, because who doesn't like to see numbers? We're at 60 now. You need 40 more. We got 20. But then we have this. This is your next transaction. This is a negative 50. So this is when you put some money in the refund reserve. We're going to take 50 here, which was going to be in the hold, and we're going to put that with this other 50. And we actually have another pile now. This is just going to be unpaid. So back here on your hold, we only have $30 now. The next most recent transaction was a 20. So we'll put that there. We're at 50. And then we have 50 again. Now we've gotten to your $100 hold. 50, 20, 20, 10. And now we have another negative amount. We've got this negative 15 from the chargeback. And what we do with that is, because we have the hold met already, we're going to put this negative 15 in your payment. So we're not going to subtract from the hold that we already have. We're just going to go right to the payment now. So all of this is actually going to go towards the payment. So we've got $10 going to your payment, which is already at negative 15. That brings us to negative 5. We have 10 more. Now you're at positive 5. 15. Adding $100 more, that's 115. Add $20 to that, we get 135. Then we got another negative charge. So that's negative 150. That's going to go to your payment. We're at 135, now we're at negative 15. So then we have 20. So now we're up 5. 15. 25. Pay $100. Negative 75. Negative 65. Negative 15. If you end up with a negative over here for what could be your possible payment, we're not going to send out a payment this week because we do want to keep this $100 in the hold. We don't want to pull from that. This is already going to cover itself. So we've got 50 plus negative 50. So that's going to cancel out. So we need to wait till you end up with a positive amount in the payment here before we send out a check. For this example though, we're going to pretend you had 2 other $50 payments to start off with. So back on March 1st, you actually had 2 other people sign up in race B. So now you were at negative 15. Now we add $100 to that. You're at positive 85. So this week, this stays in the hold. We've got the $100 there. This is also going to stay with that money. You'll be able to look at your unpaid line items report and you'll see all these things in there. I'm going to set those aside because we don't need them anymore for this example. Then we're going to take this, and since this is all the money that's coming to you in your payment, you're going to see it separated by race. So remember, blue was race B, anything yellow was race C, as well as these cards here. And then green was race A. So in race A, you got $40 total. Race B got you $250. Race C, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, got you $60, but it also lost you 100, 250, 265. So when you put the negative 265 and the $60 together, you get negative 205, which means that when you see this payment, it's going to say that this was $85. It's going to tell you race A brought in $40, race B brought in $250, and then race C brought in negative 205. And if you go to race C's payment report, you're going to see that race C had a payment of negative 205. That doesn't mean you owe anything. You actually already paid that. So anyway, that's why if you get a payment and you look at the breakdown by race, you might see 1 race or 2 races in there, or however many races you have that actually have a negative amount for how much that race contributed to the payment. It's nothing you really have to worry about, but if you're seeing a negative amount for one of your races, that's where it's coming from. Now, one more thing I want to explain here real quick. Let's say that this is your incoming transactions. This is the most recent transaction you've gotten on the top here. And now let's set the hold to 150. So it's time for us to figure out what you're getting paid this week. And we say, okay, 50 goes here to get towards that 150 goal. Add 20. Now we're at 70, 90, 100, 110, 130, Now we've got a 50 as the next transaction, but we only need $20 to get to the 150. We don't split the transaction, so we're just gonna put the whole 50 in there, and now we'll start giving you your payment. So you're actually gonna be above your hold of 150, but that's because we don't split the transaction, and we wanna get you the oldest transactions first. So even though we could keep going and get you the 20 here, we don't want you waiting on certain transactions. So as quick as we can fill the hold, that's what we're gonna do, and then you'll just have a little extra in there. So yeah, that's all I had to explain in this video. I hope it was helpful. Now I've got places to go because along the way I did pick up this bad boy right here. Guess I'm going to jail, but that's okay because I also picked up one of these right there. Read that, right? Oh, one first race, collect $200. Well, I thought it was get out of jail free. I saw the dude with the celebratory people underneath him. I thought he was getting out of prison. That's how you leave prison, right? You just crowd surf over the fence. Really should have read the thing first. But hey, I won a race, so that'll be something I can brag about to all the guys in prison. I'm sure they'll be real happy to hear from me. That guy won a race. He's cool. We shouldn't hurt him. Yeah, I'm gonna do fine in prison. I'll see you later. Maybe. Bob, I'm gonna need bail. I'm gonna need bail.